6 weeks done, 10 weeks to go, and 11 weeks till race day. Time for my week 6 recap of marathon training for the Marathon 2.0 training series. I'm on my first run of week 7, so it's time to recap last week. Let's get on with it. So yeah, another week down, one more week closer to race day and into week 6. Week 5 ended with the trail race. Again, go back through the playlist if you've missed any of the training episodes or recaps. But yeah, week 5 ended with a long trail race. So yeah, Monday of week 6 started with a recovery session. So full YSFR. I had quite heavy and achy legs from the trail half marathon, which again helped my comfort zone. Massive elevation, off-road, technical trails, so it did have an impact on my legs, which was expected. So week 6 started with recovery, listened to the body, got a full recovery session in before getting back into my running again. And then on Tuesday I eased back into running as normal, got on with my easy run first. So a nice long easy run, and as the weeks are creeping up, I'm slowly creeping up the distance of the easy runs. So week 6 was a 20k, 12.4 miles, about 5:25 per k or 8:42 per mile. So again, nice and easy this week. Again, the aim is low heart rate, and with the heavy legs, the slightly slower pace than normal suited me. And again, I'm in no obligation or expectation to go quick on those runs. The main aim is base building, aerobic base building, keep the heart rate low, just get some miles in. Wednesday I got another recovery session in. My Achilles is getting better the more and more I stretch it, especially on like a step or a stair. Stretch that calf and Achilles and soleus out, especially on the left side. Then the slightly better it's feeling, so I'm still nursing that. So yeah, I got another recovery session in. YSFR again on Wednesday, so full session of yoga, stretching and foam rolling. Again, try and flush those legs out, that heaviness from the weekend race. Again, those that follow the routine, by midweek I want to get some pace injected into them. I've got a bit of mileage in the legs, I've maybe got my legs recovered, and it's time to get a bit of pace in there just to liven them up. So yeah, this week I did threshold intervals, so 7-minute intervals at around threshold pace, which again is a pace you can generally sustain for about an hour. So for me it's somewhere between 10k and a half marathon pace, and the workout was 5 by 7 minutes. I'll put details of the session on screen now with the recoveries in between. I forgot how long I had in between each recovery. I think it was maybe 2.5 minutes. Alright, so my current threshold pace, my LT1 is around 4:22 per k or just over 7-minute miles, and my LT2 is around 4:05 per k. Again, details on screen. So anywhere in that window between 4:05 per k and 4:22, and the average for the reps was 4:21 or 7 minutes per mile exactly. So right on the cusp. So yeah, right on the bottom end of that spectrum, but it's within the threshold zone, so worthwhile. Yeah, so full workout was 12.2k, 7.6 miles, and total pace for the whole workout was 4:43 per k or 7:36 per mile. So solid workout, banked on Thursday. So on to Friday, and it was time for the long run. We had marathon training after all, so it's time to get in the long run. On Friday the plan calls for, I think it was a 26 or 27k long run, so that's like 17-ish, 18 miles, so a nice long run. But as luck would have it, I had to cut it short, so it was a warm day. Set off with a plan of running obviously that distance, took a drinks bottle with me, found a nice 5k loop which was about 4k from my house. So get out there and then do a couple of 5k loops, have some fluid every 5k. I got back after one loop and the bottle had gone. Someone had swiped it, which is miraculous because it was like a single track country lane, no one really goes down there, or so I thought. So yeah, unfortunately I had to cut it short. Really hot day. I was already dehydrated when I got back to the bottle, and with zero fluids I thought it was a bit stupid to plough on and do another nearly 20k with zero hydration. So yeah, I had to cut it short. So yeah, ended up being a reduced long run. Ended up being a 15k or 9.3 miles, so just over half where I wanted to get to really. And again, the average pace for that one was 5:07 per k or 8:14 per mile. So again, not quick, easy with the heat. Again, I'm trying to listen to the body, and again, heat's not my forte, so try to temper the pace and not burn myself out and not get too dehydrated. Saturday I got my strength and conditioning session done for the week. I always try and get at least one in, and obviously a couple of recovery sessions. This week on the rotation was legs and core. So again, legs and core workout, lunges, squats, calf raises, planks, sit-ups, knee raises, all the usual stuff, all body weight, just to work on, I said, the conditioning, any deficiencies or weaknesses or imbalances. And then Sunday, all that was left was my other speed workout. So I only get a light and easy run, a long run, a tempo or threshold, and this week was threshold, and then a speed session of some kind, whether it be intervals, or this week was hill reps. And again, generally I use hill reps as a speed session. I'll put my speed shoes on and I'll try and run up the hill, hard rep, fast pace. This week I decided to alter it though slightly. Yeah, as we're marathon training, speed isn't the priority right now. So I changed the focus of the session into being kind of efficient running, similar to race day. When I hit a hill within the marathon, I'm not going to power up it like I would do in a 10k or maybe even a half. I'm going to try and run up it as efficiently and as low energy sapping as possible. Shorter steps. I say little chippy steps up the hill. Try not to spike the heart rate too much. So that was the kind of aim of the session this week. And I did, the plan was 6 or 8, between 6 and 8 reps up the hill. So I did 7 in the end. I've filmed that, actually that's going to be the episode 5 training workout. So yeah, go and watch that episode 5. That should drop next Sunday. And that's got all the details of the session. I filmed that as I was running it as a training episode. But yeah, average for the session, for the reps, sorry, was 5:02 per k or 8:07 per mile. Each rep was about 400 meters with about 24 meters of climbing. I think it's about 6% gradient, so again, not particularly quick. That's kind of easy pace, but again, with the hill, and the aim is to try and run up it as efficiently and not let the heart rate spike too much. I was pretty happy with how that felt. And the workout totals 14.2k, 8.8 miles, and average pace for the whole workout was 5:15 per k or 8:26 per mile. That includes the warm-up, cool down, and now the downhill recoveries. So that was 4 runs done, and all that was left was to try and catch up on the missed mileage off the long run when I had to cut it short. So I decided, I was 13k down, so I decided to get out for a fartlek 10k on the Sunday evening. So I'd done the hill reps in the morning, decided to do a double run day, get out in the evening, and yeah, it was a bit of a sad day. I had to retire finally my best value running shoes I've ever bought, which was the Adidas Duramo 10s. I bought them last year, so I've had them well over 18 months now, and yeah, for £34 got over 500 miles, over 800k out of them, and it's a really nice shoes to run in. On paper they shouldn't be. Again, look back through the playlist of my running shoe reviews for my deep thoughts and opinions on those. But yeah, on paper they're quite heavy, and they've not got any special foam. They've got plastic upper, which isn't the most breathable, but yeah, somehow all those 3 things together just made them into a nice running shoe to run in. But yeah, got out for a fartlek one last time in those. So yeah, the plan for the fartlek was a 2k warm-up and then a 1k at marathon training pace, so around 3:20 for the marathon, which was 4:40ish per k. I'll put my conversion on screen for the rep plan. So yeah, 2k warm-up, 1k at marathon training pace, and then 1k steezy, 2k's at marathon training pace, another 1k steezy, 1k at marathon training pace, and then a 2k cool down. So yeah, 10k total, 4k kind of at marathon training pace, and then intermittent one cool down and then the breaks in between. I think I averaged like 437, 438 per k for the marathon training reps, which is kind of where I wanted to be. And like I said, those that follow along, that's the training pace I'm working towards. But yeah, I might not set up at that pace on race day. I'll see how I feel at the end of the block. But yeah, workout totals was 10k, 6.2 miles, average pace 455 per k, 755 per mile, so nice easy overall with a few felt bursts. And yeah, that wrapped up week 6, so 5 runs in the end with that extra kind of top up run. And yeah, my highest mileage week yet, 72.5k, 45 miles, so creeping up slowly. The legs are starting to get heavy though with this increased mileage, so I'm going to temper it every say 3 or 4 weeks again. I'll drop back down and reduce the mileage. Last week was deliberately reduced intensity in terms of I did threshold, not kind of max effort, and again the hill reps weren't max effort. Yeah, I've learned as I've gone along, if you increase the mileage and the intensity simultaneously, you're likely to have a fatigue, hit a wall, or potentially run into an injury. So I'm listening to the body, listening to the legs, and like I said, I'm very relaxed about this whole training block. What will be will be. But yeah, in terms of elevation gain for the week, 454 meters of climbing, 1489, so just under 1500 feet. So another solid week of climbing. The hill reps helped, and again I think I find if I can run up hills I can definitely run on the flats, so more of that. So yeah, happy with week 6, solid a week overall. And then just a final look back before I wrap up. Like I said, I did it on week 1. I look back to my comparable training week 2 years ago for my first ever marathon at Chester, and yeah, look back in week 6 2 years ago, I hit mid 50s, 55k. Again, mile conversion on screen, I think that's 35 miles ish, so I'm obviously above that by 20k, 10 miles give or take. And again, most of that week looking back was kind of slow trail running, which is what I was doing at the time as part of my marathon training, not to impact my legs too much on road running. So I'm kind of well ahead, yeah, where I was 2 years ago. And those that don't know, I ended up running a 3:48 at Chester 2 years ago. So yeah, happy where I am right now. Okay, I've not got real any set goals yet for the marathon. I am actually fairly laid back about the whole process, which I think will help considering how long the training block is. But yeah, I'll wrap it there. Week 6 done, I'm straight into week 7. Thanks for everyone to follow along. Drop in the comments if you're running Chester and your goals for the day. Happy running, and I'll see you all on the next one. Absolutely parched. Time for a drink.